And race number 7 now, it lines up this way. It is a Class 4 over the 1200 metres. Prime Mortar has had 6 weeks between races and gets a better draw. Side Hero, he goes the other way. He's got a wider barrier than the third behind Simple Hedge at Sha Tin last time. Wood on Fire is a 6-time course and distance winner. Easy Snip has his first look at Happy Valley. Happy Trio's holding his form. He was a winner 2 starts ago and numerous placings around that. Sweet Diamond Blood in the track here on the all-weather. Fighting Star has raced better at Sha Tin, whereas Colonel is coming back from the 1400 at Sha Tin to a distance he's won numerous times over, Nick.
He's the leader as well, isn't he? And he's drawn extremely kindly and won to go forward. Dylan Moe will be on board. He'll have no weight on his back as well. So, look, I fully expect him to lead, barring any sort of mishap at the start. Stoicism, I don't think, will be too far away. He's actually drawn a good gate. Angus Chung doing a bit of riding for Richard Gibson of late, and he'll take some weight off of his back. Fighting Star is one that might be caught a little bit deeper. Prime Mortar, the top weight, has drawn a good gate, and they might well just saunter forward with him, Tom, and get him into a good spot.
Yeah, Colonel has one off a rating of 37, but also higher than that, 246 and 54, and so he looks, I think, maybe a good chance off the front here. Fighting Star, barrier 12, they probably try and press forward with him if they can, and Stoicism, another one that can certainly go forward. They have sort of taken him back in the past as well, but from barrier 4, I'd expect them to be positive.
Before we hear more from the boys, Nick spoke to the trainer of Sight Hero. It is David Hayes.
David Hayes, Sight Hero is one of your runners on the programme Wednesday night in race 7. Before we talk about the horse, let's talk about his jockey, because a bit of an unfamiliar name to some Hong Kong punters, but Michael D, you've been very quick to secure his services.
He's done a lot of riding for my sons and had a lot of success, and I've been watching him from afar for the last couple of years, and he's probably one of the most improved riders in Australia.
He rides very light, doesn't he? So he could be a good fit for this place.
Should be. Like, he can ride nearly at the minimum, and he's the second most winning Group 1 jockey behind James McDonald, so he can handle the pressure, so he should do well here.
Yeah, one of those Group 1 successes only as recently as last weekend as well. So, and riding for your sons, obviously Ben and JD. So he's literally fresh off the plane, isn't he?
He is fresh off the plane, off 2 group wins on the weekend, and a couple of weekends before he rode 3 winners for the boys as well in group races. So yeah, he's in great form.
Let's talk about your horse now, Sight Hero. He's up and around probably a tough mark, but he is racing well.
Yeah, he's probably at his mark, but he never runs a bad race. I don't think the wide barrier is a total negative, because he likes to be given a chance early. And hopefully if they're running on, they weren't the other day, but if they are running on, he might be in the finish.
I mean, that run 2 starts ago around here of a course and distance was off this mark of 57, so he's certainly right there, I think, to certainly be in the money, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he's been running placings off the mark, so he should be able to win.
Are we expecting to see Michael D ride plenty for your stable, given that you've obviously snapped him up?
I think I'll definitely be using him, and probably a lot of other people will too. He's only got the 3 rides for me, but I don't think people realised he was coming.
Yeah. Just aside from him and Sight Hero, I want to ask you about Lucky Encounter. He was very good once again, and he's doing a great job, isn't he?
Yeah, I was especially pleased with him, considering he missed the start and then led. And normally when that happens with a young horse, they get beat. And they were there. He was there to be beaten at the 200, and I liked the way he was strong late. So I think onwards and upwards, he might be a nice classic mile horse next year.
David Hayes there on a couple of his runners, notably Sight Hero on Wednesday night. We move on, though, Tom, to Wood on Fire and Prime Mortar. Now, this stopped his winning run at 2, but he didn't have a whole lot of luck in this race.
No, he was caught wide midfield, wasn't he, Prime Mortar? So I didn't think it was a bad run in the end. Telecom Speeds come out of this race and won. He's drawn barrier 2, so should get a good run in transit this time round. One for All, of course, has come out and won here again as well. So, look, I didn't think it was the worst of runs, Nick. I'd give him another chance.
Yeah, that horse running on in the red, yellow and blue, that's Charming Steed. He's run second in a couple, hasn't he? But Prime Mortar, he's got a bit to do, I think, with a big weight, but Wood on Fire, I mean, probably does have a pound or two still in hand if good enough.
Good report for the old boy Wood on Fire. Next up, we move to Easy Snip. Now, this is Sha Tin form. He's been in pretty strong races, Nick. This is the race where Beauty Destiny's about to run to the top, and we've got green and white out wider, and of course, the horse that comes out and beats them all is Lucky Encounter.
Yeah, and he's won again since this effort as well. No Happy Valley trials for this guy. This will be his first try at the track, and Lyle Hewson will be on board. But look, I don't mind him. I've got him into the top 4 here. I think he did well on this occasion from a very wide and disadvantageous draw to run home like he did.
He's been very consistent. He's just probably going to need a bit of pace on here, one would think, from barrier number 5, just to try and suit his racing style.
And our final replay, Tom, features Exuberant, who tries to track through on the inside. Wood on Fire and Happy Trio. He runs a third in this race. This was on the back of a win a couple of starts ago.
Yeah, the comment in the form guide said he wasn't really ridden out, but there was actually plenty of room there on the inside for him, Exuberant. Now, he's actually a horse that Zach Purton gets on quite well with. 5 starts for Zach on board, a win, a couple of seconds into third. He's 1 off 53. He's on that mark at the moment. Just has to overcome a draw of 9, Nick.
Yeah, as you say, staying on that mark. Good 2 back off the same handicap mark when second. That was behind Victory Scholars. Look, Happy Trio probably not out of this as well, I think, on his best form. But again, it's one of them races where you could probably tip 6 and still not find the winner.
Yeah, it really is, with plenty of chances. Once again, Tom, who is on top for you?
Yeah, definitely thought it was one of the trickier races on the card to Wednesday night. Going with the top weight, however, that is Prime Mortar with a better barrier draw this time round. Didn't think it was a bad run at all. Sight Hero goes in. He's been consistent. Colonel off the front if he got a soft enough lead, and he's in the market at this stage, early betting. And Happy Trio attacked the line well in that blanket finish behind A. Emeric to Spec. So 1, 2, 12 and 7.
Yeah, I'm hoping Mick D can hit the ground running. I've put Sight Hero on top here. He's racing consistently off his current mark. It is a career high, however, but this race looks as good as any opportunity for him to try and win off this mark. Happy Trio in for second, the 7. He's racing well. Exuberant goes in. I can certainly give him a chance in his best form, and he might just be a half-decent price as well. And Easy Snip in for 4th place there. First go around this track, but another one that is in form and did run home strongly last start. 2, 7, 3 and 5.
There you have it, race number 7, which is the first leg of the second and final treble.